It's a long, hot tour, for sure. Long, hot, smelly, gross, dirty tour. We were the oldest people on it, pretty much.
Long and hot.
I remember most of the band was pretty weirded out by the thought of Warped Tour. I know we've been asked quite a few times to do it and didn't end up doing it for the longest time. And we had proclaimed it as, if we ever do Warped Tour, it's going to be the last tour we ever do, because people thought it was just going to go horribly wrong.
It was actually a lot better than I think any of us thought it would be. It turned out pretty well, but yeah, you can't ask me such things about touring because I'll just go, wow, I hate it.
And once we got there, we played all our heaviest songs, and we're able to separate from the mediocrity that was a lot of bands that sound exactly alike. So so it turned out to be, I don't know, just made us one of the bands that maybe people gravitated more towards because it wasn't the same thing over and over.
Being a metal band, we were obviously one of the few bands that were kind of the oddballs on that tour. But it turned out great, and I mean, it was a long summer. I can't say I'd want to play parking lots every day for 2 months again, but the shows were great and it was a lot of fun.
We did a lot of grilling.
Cooked a lot outside, ate a lot of brats.
Did a lot of grilling, which is nice. A lot of beer-soaked sausages. It's delicious.
Adam D, why were you the princess in the Holy Diver video?
Why was I the princess in the Holy Diver? Well, actually, that was all my my idea.
That's you, man.
That all makes sense. I kind of am the princess of the band, aren't I?
Why wouldn't he be the princess?
I know, with some sweet onion boobies. It was on me. One of them fell out in the scene, so I just had a uniboob. So oniony. Dude, I was so gross. Chest hair hanging out. The smell of onion. Just a busted princess.
Long flowing locks getting stuck in your sideburns.
Yep. It's quite nice. No, I think the casting was spot on.
Yeah.
You with your beard at the time, you were the the king, of course. And Joel with his big old hair and his goofy ass and wizard-like, and Mike D makes the perfect knight because he's the shortest, most stout dude there is in the band, and
most obvious one of all,
the blacksmith. There
Yes.
you go. Howard is just a shoe-in for that one. There you go. I think it all just makes perfect sense. I don't know if you can tell, but I love to eat. We're very food-based people here on the Killswitch Engage camp, and we kind of plan our days accordingly around eating.
Caught some lake trout, and then made some sweet fish tacos. Lovely.
And burgers and steaks and drank lots of beer.
To a nice steakhouse that somebody recommended, and threw down and had some quality animal products in our bellies. We like doing that. We actually have a division when it comes to eating out. One clan goes one way and the other clan goes the other way.
Beer, meat.
And it's not like we don't like each other. It's just when it comes to eating, we don't get along at all. Beef belly.
Justin, why did you shave your beard? So awesome.
Why did I do it, huh?
You look so young and spriteful now, though.
Yeah, I decided to get younger, so I shaved it. I was a little tired of getting every meal that I ate in it. It was a little annoying. It was a little smelly. It's kind of just. It's a lot
I
of
can't
work.
imagine that being sweet on tour.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a
Like
bummer
if your
on
beard
tour.
just smells like bus. It's just
Yeah, I know. It just wasn't in smoke, from clubs or whatever. It was just getting to me a little bit. And finding random creepy beard hairs all over my house was a little bum out.
Ew.
So, I know. I mean,
And they
it's
weren't
weird.
even yours.
I was a whiskey guy for a long time. Kind of switched it up a little bit.
Beer.
Beer.
Beer and the occasional vodka.
We love our beer.
Asking me my favorite beer is like asking a father his favorite child. It just doesn't work out. I have so much love for every type of ale, lager, hoppy goodness. Just anything that kind of rhymes with rear.
My question is, what advice would you give to up-and-coming bands that would like to be successful like yourselves?
What advice would I give to up-and-coming bands to be successful like us? Join the workforce. Give it up. This is the worst life. No. I'm not kidding. No, I don't know. Just persist. I guess that's pretty much it. Play shows and persist. If it's really the only way you're going to get better and get noticed. I mean, practicing a lot is fantastic, and every once in a while, a band who's never played gets signed and they do well. But most of the time, it's just work ethic. So just be persistent. So good luck with that.
Don't wear kerchiefs like the one you're wearing. I'm just kidding. I'm such a smart ass. I'm sorry. It was funny though. Advice, I guess. Just don't suck.
Yeah, don't suck.
Yeah. That and I just try to do something that you strongly believe in. Because if you kind of just say, it's all right, that's what everybody else is gonna think too. So there you go.
Welcome to our house on wheels. This is the living area. The slide out guy gives us a little extra room where we got 12 guys on this bus and it's at full capacity, 12 bunks, 12 guys.
12 dudes in a bus is just pretty much a lot of man stink. Straight up like the penguin tank in an aquarium mixed with like the deli section of your local supermarket.
So it's always good to have a little bit extra room up here. Necessary equipment, video games. We like a lot of shoot 'em up games, a lot of kill everybody games. Those are always fun for positive bands. The quaint little bathroom. We are lucky enough to have a shower in it, which usually doesn't happen. Definitely a super nice bus. I think that we are the first people on this bus ever. So it's nice now, but it won't be at the end of the tour, unfortunately. But, things happen, right? Refrigerator, small little guy. Microwave, coffee, another essential. These are the bunks.
I really want to do
This is mine. It's a mess.
Exactly.
Fun stuff goes on in here. I do a lot of sleeping. This is Justin in the back lounge, talking on the phone. Lots of little beer nooks everywhere. It actually rocks you to sleep. You get used to that whole rocky thing and a bumpy road, but in there it's like a little coffin, and you just feel like you're in your own little world. And sometimes when you go to a hotel room and you don't have that rocky anymore, it's hard to fall asleep. It's a strange thing.
Just want to know what kind of bands you guys listen to in your downtime.
What kind of bands we listen to in our downtime? Listen to a lot of Killswitch.
You just listen to us only.
Unfortunately, lately that's been the case.
Oh man, bummer. That's why you've been so sad.
But yeah, this time around, I mean, we had a little bit of time off before we, you know, got to writing again. So people had a lot of ideas. We came in, you know, with lots to work with.
Yeah, they all get together and they write stuff individually, write stuff together, and then dump it on me, and I write some lyrics, and then Adam just looks at them and twirls his sideburns, and then goes, maybe you should change this line. And then I yell at him and I change it, and we go on to the next song. That's pretty much the process.
Yeah, so we tracked some drums down in the good old ATL, and then you know, started thinking about what the next step was and how we could make things move a little smoother. Mike started doing some bass down there.
We've never played all together at once while the drum tracks are being recorded. It's usually just one guy or maybe two guys, possibly, playing along as a scratch track.
But it's just, you know, it's different being away from where you're used to doing everything. But, you know, maybe that will help out, just freshen things up a little bit. We'll see.
It was just time for us to kind of depart from what we've normally been doing, and that's kind of sticking to the familiar Killswitch sound. So, I mean, it still sounds like us, but we needed you know, just to be refreshed and take things a little further.
It's weird. It's definitely a Killswitch record. We always tend to go like extremes in different directions. I think some of the songs are faster, more technical. Some are slower, sludgier, mellower, whatever you want to call it.
It's kind of like an uncomfortable vibe being in a strange studio with strange people, big expensive stuff, and we're all much keener with the whole being at home thing. So decided to just haul ass back home and record our sick licks in our usual Zing recording studios.
And then I kind of just stuck at home and hung out with Adam when we did the bass tracks after the guitar tracks in Zing Studio, which is where we normally go to record.
It was a good experience for me. Brendan is he's an interesting cat. He's older and rich. I don't know. Definitely pushed me pretty hard, and definitely came up with some different ideas as to what to do vocally and things like that. So it was a good experience for me.
We were obviously curious to see what he had to say, and I think it was maybe the time in our career to try something different. Because we've done a lot of records our own way in our own comfort zone, and we're just kind of afraid of doing another one which would sound the same as previous things. So it was time to kind of venture out, and it seemed like Brendan was the guy. So
even if you don't like some of the bands that he's produced, he always did a good job with them. And there's definitely some bands that he produced I did not like, and I let him know. But no, it's just he's good at what he does.
Kind of two different studios working for the same purpose. It's kind of a good thing.
Things came out well, man. A little bit more melodic, a little more rock and roll sounding. I don't want to say less metal because there's still a bunch of screaming going on and stuff like that, but yeah, just maybe more of a kind of go for it rock kind of vibe, than we're used to, which is kind of cool. Change things up a little bit.
Probably took longer, and I saw much less of the guys, and it was real long, kind of a grueling experience. But I think things turned out for the best. So I really can't even pinpoint exactly how different it was, because it was just different in a lot of ways.
Going to Russia for the first time was pretty fun. I don't know if I can call it a highlight because Adam didn't make it there, so that was pretty miserable. But Russia was cool. Who would ever thought we could go to Russia?
Good show, except they jumped in the crowd and they didn't want to let go of me, and it was really hot. I vomited and they stole my shoes. I would like those back. I'm not gonna get those back.
We had a lot of good times. I think doing like a lot of the big European festivals for the first time was awesome. Just getting a chance to see, the size of those crowds and everything, really cool for us because, we're used to the whole club scene and all that. But yeah, it was just kind of exciting. People people accepted the new stuff and were into it. And
we did a lot of festivals that we had never done before. Vakken was one of them. We shot the video for This Is Absolution during that set, and it was an amazing turnout. I think 80,000 people or something like that.
Dude, I like to go everywhere.
I got started in graphic design in high school. I had a bunch of friends, thus the reason why I'm in a band to begin with, that were in bands that, you know, they needed demo covers and all this stuff. I went to a vocational high school, and I took graphic arts, which is printing presses and the whole background to graphic design. Not necessarily graphic design, but I didn't even know what graphic design was back then. I had already started running a business around 92. I graduated college in 95, and lived off the business for a while. I was able to make ends meet, live the life of a starving artist, and pay rent at the same time. Gave it up to get a real job and make a little bit more money so I could afford a car. I told them there was a stipulation. My band had just gotten signed to Roadrunner Records, and we're definitely going to be touring, so I could only work there for a year. As it turns out, I was able to work there for a year and a half. The band said, okay, it's time to start touring. We have to all quit our jobs. And everyone was, you know, obviously pretty nervous about it. So we kind of made a pact with each other. We said, okay, we're going to do this for a year. And if it doesn't work out, we're going back to our old jobs. We're just going to not put out any more records, and we're just going to say, that's it. We can't do it anymore. You know, we just can't make it happen. And we've been on tour ever since. Crazy. And that was the last real job I had. It's a DVD for our friends All That Remains. Actually did their logo at one point, and this is the DVD cover that I did for them last year. Scott Lee, who does the New England Metal and Hardcore Festival every year, has me do the artwork. One of the funnest things I do. I can really kind of let loose and do some crazy metal stuff. This is the 11th annual logo that I just finished a couple weeks ago. My other band, Overcast, that broke up, and the reason why we started this band, but now Overcast is back together, playing some shows and stuff like that. We just came out with a record last summer, and this was the cover art for it. Alive or Just Breathing was the first Roadrunner record. Originally my concept was kind of taking pieces of paper, 6 pieces of paper, putting them down and having an image go across it. Roadrunner hated it. They thought it was the worst thing. They couldn't understand what I was doing. They were really bummed on it, but they released it anyways. And a lot of people actually tell me they like it the most out of all of them, and I actually think it's one of my favorite designs. But I had the cover done for The End of Heartache for a year and a half before the record was done. It was just a concept that I kept thinking of. It's a heart with nails in it, with bloody hands kind of holding it towards the viewer. It was something that I did with my then girlfriend, but now wife, in the bathroom of my apartment. I had a heart that was made from styrofoam, and I put tons of gouache on it, thick paint, stuck nails in it with my hands, and then took more red gouache and just put it all over my wife's hands, and just had her hold it, and I shot it from every different angle. The bathroom was probably about 3 feet by 3 feet, so it was real cramped and hot and sweaty, and my cats were scratching at the door trying to get in. They didn't know what we were doing in there. Light versus dark. Sort of the Killswitch Engage skull on one side and then a human face on the other, with cracked glass everywhere. Smashed glass was really fun. A lot of my projects, Alive or Just Breathing, I actually had cut paper. End of Heartache, I actually had the heart for the cover. I made it. And with this one, I went in my room and started smashing glass and mirrors and breaking tons of stuff and shooting as many different things as I could to just get the right look. The concept of the new record, there wasn't one, again. I knew I wanted to go for sort of an iconic one image tells the whole story type of thing. Sort of just a violent looking metal cover, you know, a growling leopard with a tongue that looks like a snake. It may not look like this for much longer, but this is the initial setup that the band was into. So that's how it's looking so far, kids. We'll see how much longer it's going to take to get this thing right. It's a lot longer.
It's hard to say. I think we've never really expected anything with this band. We've always just kind of done it because we like the music, and this is, you know, like, let's get together, write music we like, and hopefully people will like it, and let's not expect too much out of it. And it's turned out great, you know, and I don't think any of us expect to, you know, sell millions of records or be rich or anything like that. It's just one of those things, like, if we can make another record and people at least like it as much as the last one, and we can keep doing what we do for a while, because it's been a good run. So if we can just kind of maintain, so that's at least what I'm hoping for. But and obviously, if you know, a lot of people like what we're doing, that's even better. But just hope for the best and keep trucking, man. It's a good time.
Every goal and every aspiration I've ever had has been blown away by this band. Everything keeps stepping up levels and levels and levels. I just hope it's continued, that we just keep going strong. It's definitely an honor and a privilege to win the band lottery, so to speak, and be in this position in general as it is. So I'm just grateful for being here, being able to do this, and enjoy it.
To have the ultimate rider on our bus. Just everything from skateboards to caviar. I want it all. What? I don't know. Dude, I pretty much take this as it comes. I don't think of goals or anything like that. I mean, other than like, hey, I'd like to play this place because we haven't been there before. You know, so, yeah, you know, that's probably about it. That and just to fish in every different place I can.
I just want to know how the hell do I meet you guys and just go backstage and hang out? What do you got to do? It's like impossible, dude.
Could he have said that any creepier? Wow.
I want to know how the hell do I meet you guys and just go backstage and hang out? What do you got to do? It's like impossible.
For you, yeah. It is impossible.
Hang out? What do you got to do? It's like impossible.
For a reason.
Me and my girlfriend are like...
So you have an answer for Jonathan?
Really?
Wow.
We need to print up his face and post sign.
I have no idea, man. No idea.
I got nothing.
We're pretty boring people. It's probably better you don't meet us.
Well, you may meet the other guys, but chances are you will not see me.
Oh.